You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about LeBron James. It's kind of weird. I did a video earlier in regards to 30 seconds of an actual NBA game that was one of the biggest dumpster fires anybody has ever seen on screen in regards to a sporting event. It was awful basketball play. They couldn't hit dunks. They couldn't hit layups. They couldn't hit threes. They couldn't hit passes. They couldn't hit alley-oops. They couldn't do anything right for 30 seconds straight. And trust me, they tried painfully. They tried over and over again. A lot of things has went into the demise of the National Basketball Association from a rating standpoint. Of course, 2020, the summer of 2020, and everything the NBA did from a political standpoint had a huge role in it. But again, there were other factors already, whether it was load management, hand checking going away, the rise of three-pointers. But two things is absolutely clear. All right? The NBA has gotten much worse since the arrival of Adam Silver and LeBron James. There's no way around it. Now, do I think there's an alternate multiverse where LeBron is beloved? Yeah, if he doesn't get into politics and if he goes back to Cleveland, wins that title, and never leaves Cleveland again, plays out the rest of his years in Cleveland, I think we're talking about a whole different legacy for LeBron. I mean, it's possible that's the only other title he ever wins, but he's playing back in his hometown. He doesn't get involved with politics. All of that. And not flopping, okay? That's a big and major issue with his game, and it shines a terrible light onto what's supposed to be the biggest superstar in the league. Well, now somebody has put a video together on TikTok that is now going viral, and we're all going to watch it. We're all going to react to it because it is a scorching indictment of LeBron James and his negative impact on the NBA. And it also squashes, and I've never understood why this has ever been a topic, it also squashes the he's as good as Michael Jordan theory. He's not. I can't tell you exactly where I think he ranks on the NBA totem pole right now because, well, he's still going. I do think, look, there's going to be a lot of Laker fans that's going to hate this. I think him going to the Lakers was a massive hit on his legacy. If he'd have rolled things out in Cleveland and not got into politics, it'd have been a big deal. And I think we're talking about LeBron differently right now. Because, look, I don't give him credit for that bubble championship. That's a fraud. That's a fraudulent title. No teams had to go on the road. No teams had to face any raucous, rude fans and go into hostile environments to play games and win. That's a fraudulent title if there ever was one. So, let's watch this video. This is pretty wild, but let's listen.
How LeBron James ruined the NBA. Once upon a time, the NBA was about toughness, competition, and a will to win. Then came LeBron James, a player with immense talent but a legacy overshadowed by flopping, team hopping, and an era of declining viewership. This is the so-called king, a player who hits the floor at the slightest touch, a player who spends more time lobbying referees than dominating his opponents. The NBA used to be a league where players fought through contact, not exaggerated it for a call. Michael Jordan never had to beg for whistles. Kobe Bryant played through broken fingers and ruptured Achilles tendons. But LeBron? He's built like Karl Malone but falls like a feather. And let's talk about team loyalty. The greats made their franchises legendary. Jordan with the Bulls, Kobe with the Lakers. But LeBron? He treats the NBA like a My Career save file, jumping from team to team, stacking the deck, recruiting superstars instead of beating them. The NBA's ratings have plummeted, and LeBron is at the center of it. His era has been filled with soft play, load management, and a league that caters to stars rather than the game itself. Fans are tired of the drama, the politics, and the antics. They just want basketball again. You want to call this guy the GOAT? He's not even top 5. Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Kobe, Duncan, Walt, Russell, Shaq, Bird, and even Curry. Those are legends who defined the game. LeBron? He's defined by highlight reels of flopping and stat padding in meaningless games. LeBron James has had his time, but his time has passed. The NBA needs a new era, one that gets back to real basketball. It's time for the king to step aside so the game can rise again. Basketball deserves better.
Yeah, and of course, then it's highlights of MJ on a soundtrack, a bunch of songs that I can't play on here. Well, let's just finish it out. If we look at that flaw, he missed him by 3 foot. He missed him by 3 foot. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So, pretty scorching video indictment of LeBron James, if I do say so myself. Interesting list of all-time greats. I think that seems pretty accurate. The names that he threw out there, no doubt, him flip-flopping between teams absolutely hurt his legacy, and it hurt the NBA, right? I mean, Magic, Bird, Jordan, very loyal to their original teams. I mean, yeah, at the very end, because he became an owner, MJ went to the Wizards, but come on now. I mean, that's ridiculous. Flopping, politics. It's been a tainted legacy. And again, the NBA, does it heal? Can the NBA ever start recovering? Because I contend it cannot until he's gone. Until he actually retires, it'll be that long before people start coming back, because a lot of people don't watch just because he's still in the league. Period. People don't understand this. That's real. That is a real thing. That people tuned out because of LeBron and all the ignorant things he said. We can't forget he doxed out a cop in Ohio a couple of years ago in what was seemingly a people can argue how it came out, but a lot of people construed it as a call to violence towards a police officer. Anybody remember that? That was a massive, massive story on Black and White Sports. One of our biggest videos ever. 90s ball players like Jordan are cut from a different cloth. LeBron comes from the age of paper plates. Every word is 1,000% true. We've all chronicled his loyalty to China, even if they didn't accept Space Jam 2, The Search for More Dollars. Throat goat. Someone get the baby oil out. Woo-wee. Seriously, I'd be embarrassed to be his teammate. A little Ron White right there. Yeah, you see what that says. Bro, if you go watch the old NBA, Larry Bird took on the Pistons, Michael Jordan posting up. It was physical as it could be. There was straight up fights breaking out. That was peak NBA in my opinion. It'd never get better than as good as 80s and 90s and early 2000s NBA. I mean, honestly. This is the reason he'll never be the GOAT in my eyes. MJ is the GOAT. Michael Jordan was 1,000 times better than that LeBron. Kobe was a proper heir to Jordan. I think Luka got the nod from Kobe. LeBron is just an imposter. I always thought that the handoff was to Kobe and not LeBron. That's something that's come along in the last few years, is the elevation of LeBron's legacy and trying to push it ahead of Kobe's. I don't see it. He's been to too many Diddy parties. LeBummer is a clown. Remember when MJ played in the championship game, could barely stand? He played his butt off and won the game. That video hit the nail on the head. Yeah, a lot of people are praising this video because it was like a greatest hits compilation of what the hell LeBron has done to the league, where his legacy really should set, does set. I mean, you got a whole legion of bronze sexuals out there that will downvote the shit out of this video. That's fine. I don't give a rat's ass. But yeah, it's how a lot of us old basketball fans truly view his legacy and where the NBA is now because he was in it and where he's going to leave it. Tell me what you think. Tell me in the comments section. If you don't watch the NBA, will you go back to watching it when LeBron James retires? Because I think many people will, provided they don't jump back into politics too much, or again, in the way that they did. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.